Hello and welcome to the Shellz show. Today we're discussing the NFC North, what a division this is going to be. Let's crack in with the predictions, then we'll do team analysis and finish with the over-unders. Anyway, let's start with predictions. Here's a surprise. Minnesota Vikings win this division, Green Bay second, third I'm going to go with Detroit, and of course last, Chicago. So let's start with Minnesota and go by team analysis. I think Bradford's just an average quarterback, but that's all they need to be good. Minnesota's just an average quarterback. I think Teddy Bridgewater can be the spark they need later in the season. If Bradford has a 3 interception game, he comes in with the playoffs and boom, they're suddenly in the NFC Championship game. I think that's how good they can be. You know, they got some quality pieces now on offense. You know, Dalvin Cook's going to replace Adrian Peterson. They got Latavius Murray from the Raiders. It was a nice pickup. If Stephon Diggs can play healthy and Treadwell get onto the field, I mean, wow, with Adam Thielen there, oh my, that's a dangerous wide receiver Gio. I like Ted, or no, not Travis Rudolph. That's the Florida State wide receiver. Kyle Rudolph had a good year last year. I think he could be really good. You know, he just needs. I think he's really come on his own last season. If he can keep that up this year, he'll be big helping up Blake Bell himself from the 49ers. I think he can be a nice piece as well. He just needs some time. You know, he was a QB in college. Moved to tight end recently, so I'm interested to see what he does. New O-line, though, is what they've been building around. They got Pat Elflein from Ohio State's the new center. You know, Mike Rimmers, the former right tackle of Carolina, they put in right tackle. And they spent big money on Riley Reef, the Detroit Lions right tackle last season, who played left tackle this year. Nice pieces. They desperately needed them. They needed to find new sets of pieces together. That O-line was destructively bad last year. It was an absolute cluster of disaster. That's not even mentioned. It was just an absolute appallingly bad. So with their defense, Hunter and Griffin, I mean, wow, are these kids elite ends? Absolutely elite. Dale Hunter was the biggest surprise last year for me. Absolutely blew out. I knew he could be good, but I didn't think he could be that good last year. What a great year he had. Linval Joseph, what a quality operator defensive tackle, worth every penny they're paying him. Unfortunately, lost Sharif Floyd to some NFL injury. I'm not sure what exactly is going on. Some very hazy, cloudy circumstances, but I think he'd be a really good player. If he comes back this season, he'll be an important piece to them because he really shores up that defensive line and makes that D-line elite what they have. I absolutely love Anthony Barr. I think Anthony Barr can be an elite linebacker, as good as a top 5 linebacker in my eyes, but he just needs to turn up every week. Same with Eric Kendricks. I'm not seeing it. There's games where Barr turns up last season and he hits people like a train, and in his games he just doesn't look like he wants to be there. If he can just get the form right, wow, that's a good team. The back end, the defensive backs, I think Xavier Rhodes is an elite cornerback. I think he's as good as any top 5 talent cornerback in the league. I love Smith at safety. He's an elite talent. I think Trey Waynes and Mackenzie Alexander need to play up like the talent they are. I think they did a good job with Terrence Newman come back for another year and he's like 39 or 38 or something like that. And Tremaine Brox. It feels like the cornerback group pretty solidly, I think. Unfortunately, Michael Floyd for them, he's coming back this year for them. He is suspended to start the year for that DUI, of course, that got him cut from Arizona. Right, let's move on to Green Bay. How about Aaron Rodgers, elite QB? I mean, do we need to say any more about him? Just unbelievable player. My big issue running back with them is Tom Montgomery. Then who? They should never got rid of Christian Michael. He was a perfect backup guy of change of pace because Tom Montgomery's more of a speedster guy. I think Christian Michael's more between the tackles. That's just my opinion. Nelson, Cobb, and Adams. What a wide receiver, Joe. They're dangerous wide receiver Geos. Martellus Bennett, they got him in. And interesting enough, they took out Jared Cook, who of course had that unbelievable catch them in that game against Dallas. Unfortunately, that was a bit of a. I think that's a bit of a. I'm not sure that's a better move. I think it's more of a lateral move. You know, it's not really a getting better move in my eyes. They did lose TJ Gillane. I think their guards this year are going to be a bit weaker. They have 2 good tackles. I think they have good center Corey Linsley, but their guards are going to be a question mark. Our team's going to get the pressure up between those guards and put Rodgers under pressure and just see what they do with them. I love Mike Downs, their D-line. Their defense revolves around this guy. I think he's a brilliant player. He does not get the love he deserves. I think they did a great pickup this year in the draft from Montrevious Adams. I think he's going to be a fantastic draft pick for them. He's going to take some of the pressure off Mike Daniels this year because he's going to be a really good player. I'd like to see more of Clay Matthews this year. I think that move to linebacker, middle linebacker 2 years ago was a disastrous idea for him. I think it's really cost him some plays last season. I think Nick Perry opposite him is a very good player. I'd like to see him play Blake Martinez at middle linebacker, the Stanford guy. I think he'd be really good middle linebacker for them for years to come. Other than Hashawn Clinton Dix, I'm a little bit concerned by their DBs. You know, I think Marius Randall can be good, but he just needs to step up. He's like in year 4 now. I think it's ridiculous. I thought he was only about in year 2 years. He needs to step up. They lost Sam Shields, of course. They lost Micah Hyde to the Bills. I think that's a big loss. I think they will be a little bit weaker in that back end. That's an issue with their offense. We'll probably capitalize for it. Anyway, move on to the Lions. I don't know why they paid so much money for a not a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but not a great quarterback. He's like, is he gonna leave you? Like, just pay quarterbacks a franchise tag. It doesn't make any sense why you pay them anymore. I think Amir Abdul and Theo Riddick need to be healthy this year. Need to be dominant. They're not the best running backs, but they're very good. I think pass catch running backs. That's a bit of an issue. They kind of need a bell cow, I think, in a way. Marvin Jones, you were such a disappointment after week 4. After you started the season so promising and you just disappeared. I'm so disappointed. You and Golden Tate this year do not disappear all year, and you'll have a really, really good year. I'd love to see what Eric Ebron could do this season. He's a guy that has so much talent and just needs to put it together. He's more of a wide receiver than a tight end, kind of in a way. Just needs to put it together. I like what they do with the offensive line. They went out and signed TJ Lang, nice guard to add to them. They did lose Larry Warf, though, that's a bit of a loss. And they did lose Tomlinson as well to the 49ers in a trade. They also added Ricky Wagner to their right tackle position to kind of share that up as well. They do unfortunately have Taylor Decker out injured at the moment. He had a labrum tear in his shoulder, so it's a bit of a loss. I think they did a great job trading Greg Robinson away from the Rams for practically peanuts. He can play. Greg Robinson's going to be a very good piece this offense in a few years' time in that offensive line. So with their defense, how about Ansah? Ezekiel Ansah is an absolute elite defensive end that people don't seem to recognize. And Lodi Nagata, still an elite D-line guy. Unfortunately, lost Kerry Hyder to the year, big loss there. Eventually, they might sign Devin Taylor back from the guy last year played defensive end for them. I think he'd be really good, but yeah, that's a big loss. I think Ashawn Robinson, his second year, will be good. I'm hoping for a bit more out of him. Guys like their linebacker core is a bit of a risk. I think Jared Davis is a really good middle linebacker. I think Terry Whitehead's a serviceable linebacker at this level, but if they get injured, they're in big trouble. They're in real trouble linebacker position. They'll have to go out there and find someone. I think cutting John Levy was a big mistake. Glover Quinn, what a safety he can be. He's a really good player. Darius Slate, who is an elite corner for me. I think he's brilliant. Good job getting Jalen Tabor from Florida in the draft this year. I think he can be really good. Alongside DJ Hayden was a nice addition they picked up in free agency. Let's talk about Chicago. I think Chicago made a big mistake drafting Trubisky. He will not be the player they need quarterback for. He will not be a franchise quarterback, I'll say right there. He just isn't good enough. He's just not worth it. And Mike Glennon, I mean, why would you pay for 2 quarterbacks? It's absolutely foolish. You pick one, stick with one. Don't make any mistakes with that. Jordan Howard, absolute animal. But who's the backup to him? That's the big question. If he goes down injured week 1, week 2, week 3, or week 4, that's their season already gone before the season even starts them. So that's a real concern for me. What happens with them? Kevin White, the first round pick from like 3 years ago, hasn't played well at all. Hasn't played, I think, at all. He's been like Brashad Perriman, constantly injured. And he played up to the talent he got. He's a big kid, fast, moving frame. He's got to turn up. I think Kellen Wright, Mark Sweet are nice additions, but will they make up for the Jeffrey loss? And of course, Cameron Meredith's out for the year. Zach Miller's their tight end, the best tight end, but I think last year was a down year for him, I think, my personal opinion. You have an elite line, I think Kyle Long's an elite. Yeah, guy played at Kansas State. I can't think of his name right now. They also got that guy, Josh Sutton from Green Bay last year, got cut week 1. It's an elite O-line. I think it's a really, really solid O-line. I wish I could think the guy's name up. I know their backup center is Heron Grossi. I just can't think of the guy's name for loving their money right now. But yeah, they've got that interior O-line. It is brilliant. I think they got a really good O-line. I like what they got in that D-line. Eddie Goldman, Hakeem Hicks, Jonathan Bullard. Good pieces there. Steady pieces in that D-line. They could be really good in a few years' time. I think Leonard Floyd and Farnell McPhee are brilliant. I think Floyd can be absolutely elite talent, really quick off the line. Their linebackers, the inside guys, I'm not really sure on. I like, other than Freeman, I'm not sure on them. I think Freeman's a world-class guy. He's as good as linebacker as you'll find in the league. Good pickup from the Colts. They kind of robbed him from the Colts, in my eyes. A cornerback, they got Kyle Fuller as their CB1, but I'm not really sure anything else. I do like the pickup of Eddie Jackson from Bama in the draft. He's a world-class safety. I think he can be very good for them. Adrian Amos, another good safety they have alongside pair him. I think Marcus Cooper's a quietly good pickup for them at cornerback. Let me just see what he does with them. Did I miss someone on that list? I feel like I missed someone on that list. Let me just quickly run through their names again, because I feel like I missed one of their guys that they added, but I could be completely wrong at cornerback. Just feels like I did. Oh yeah, they added Prince Mukamara back. That's an interesting piece. I think he'll be a good piece for them. I think he has a good chance to be a pretty star-studded talent. But let me get my little list back up here. Let's go back to the over-unders, and we'll go to these bad boys. Chicago 5.5. Gotta go with the under. I think they got great defense. They just don't have the offensive talent around them and no quarterback, so I'm gonna have to go with the under on that. I like to get 4 or 5 wins. They'll be back picking top of the draft, unfortunately. Detroit 7.5 wins. I've got to go with the under. I think they're a 7 to 8 win team. I think 7 wins is more realistic for them in that division. I think they'll lose twice to Minnesota, they'll lose twice to Green Bay. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give them 7 wins. It's a tie one, but I'm gonna go with the under. Green Bay 10.5 wins. Ooh, I picked Green Bay to not win this division. I'm gonna give them the over. I think they got 11 wins, 11 on the dot. And finally, Minnesota 8.5 wins. I'm going to go with the over. I think Minnesota guaranteed to win 10, 11, or 12 games this year. They're going to win this division in my eyes. I feel confident about that. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. I'm out of here, guys. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of the video. I'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. I'm rushing to get these videos out, guys. As you can tell, I absolutely have to rush to these to get them done. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out and enjoy.